Hey, what's up, Logo Psychology students? Welcome to day 40. Yes, we've made it to our 40th day since we began this e-learning, 40th day of e-learning. We've obviously been away for longer than that, but it is May 20th, Wednesday, hump day. We are rolling right through the week. So let's roll right into our blackboard and see what our work for the day is. Go ahead and exit out of here and get into Blackbaud. There's our Blackbaud bulletin board page, and as always, you see that first announcement. Tomorrow, 9 a.m., we have our class Zoom meeting. So please make sure to set your alarm clocks so that you are up and ready to go for that 9 a.m. Zoom meeting tomorrow morning. Be on the lookout for the link. There'll be an announcement posted on the bulletin board. There'll be an assignment with the link in it, and I will be sending emails and messages as always to everyone with the link. Just remember, it's at 9 a.m., so make sure you're up and ready to go for that Zoom meeting at 9 a.m. tomorrow. That's the bulletin board, right? And if there's anything else on the bulletin board that's important, right, you have your instructions for how to do e-learning, which you all know by now. Don't forget about the daily video messages and then a bunch of other stuff that is important information, but it's pretty much standard. Then we always have the topics tab as always, right? We're on this new topic that we started this week, brain, body, and behavior. This is an interesting topic. I like this topic because it's, to me, interesting to see how the physical organs of our body make us who we are as a person, make our personality. We really are just animals. We really are just organisms, right? We think of ourselves as special, and we are, right? But what is it that makes us special? Well, it's our brain, right? It's our amazing brain. And that's what this is all about. The brain, the body, and behavior. So if we click on that topic, it takes us into here, the topic page. As always, the topic page has some helpful information. It has the readings that you can download right here, right over here. These are the readings, and then we have the assignments, right? The Google Form assignments. Now they're small, but you can definitely do them embedded right here on the screen, right? They're there. 1, 2, 3. All the assignments that have to do with this particular topic will be under this topic, and remember, past assignments can be found under past topics, right? Chapter 18, Chapter 19, Chapter 20, and now we're back to Chapter 3. Remember, we went to back to the beginning of the book, and we're on Brain, Body, and Behavior, Chapter 3, where we can find our most recent reading. Today's reading is page 67 to 70. So it's not a long reading, but if I click on the download, we see what it is. It's about the lower brain. So the last section that we were reading earlier this week was on the upper brain, the cerebral cortex, the part of the brain that you could actually see, right? When we see that picture of the brain right there on our class bulletin board, right? This thing right here, right? All that we can see is the cerebral cortex. There's a bunch of other structures underneath the cerebral cortex, deep inside the brain. The only way you can see that is if we were to, like they've done here, slice the brain right down the middle, right down in between those two hemispheres, severing the corpus callosum, right? You'd see all these other structures deep underneath the cerebral cortex. Cerebral cortex makes up most of the actual matter of the brain, and that's important because the cerebral cortex makes up most of who we are. But there's all these very important subcortical structures that are responsible for keeping us alive, right? Making sure our heart beats and our lungs keep breathing and we eat and drink enough and all that, right? That's what these structures really play a big role in. They also play a big role in, some of our more primal emotions like fear and anger. So that's what this section's all about. It's a shorter section, only 3 pages, I believe, right? Talks about the hypothalamus, the cerebellum, and all those cool little subcortical brain structures. But that gets us to our pause for thought questions. There's 3 of them. and we can always find those under the Assignments tab, right? In addition to under Topics, where you'll find the Google Forms embeds, you'll also find Current Assignments under the Assignments tab, right? And there it is, Chapter 3, page 67 to 70. You can click on that to submit your answers online or through the Google form. And then, of course, we have our question of the day. And I like this question of the day. Let's take a look at the question of the day. Question of the day is about your body, my body, our bodies. And the question is, what is your favorite part of your body and why? What is your favorite part of your brain and why? I ask both those questions because my favorite part of my body is my brain, right? But follow-up question, well, what's the favorite part of your brain, right? Because the brain, as we're learning, has all these different parts. I like the cortex. I like the prefrontal cortex, which is right around here on your brain. That is the, part of the brain that makes me who I am, right? A lot of the parts of our brains, I mean, everyone's brain is different, right? But a lot of them work pretty much the same in every single person, right? Especially when we learn about these subcortical structures, right? We all eat, we all get hungry, we all get thirsty, we all get tired and sleep and wake up. And I mean, this is standard because this is, how our brains are built. But then, those individual differences in personality, and how we think and what we believe, that's the frontal lobe of the cortex. Remember, from the last reading, there was multiple lobes of the cortex. There's the frontal lobe, the occipital lobe, the parietal lobe, and the temporal lobe. Well, I like the frontal lobe. That's my favorite part of the brain. Frontal lobe of the cerebral cortex. Why? Because it makes me who I am. I also like the amygdala. The amygdala is a subcortical brain structure, one of those lower brain structures. I like the amygdala because the amygdala is what keeps me alive. The amygdala controls fight or flight, right? If I'm ever in a dangerous situation, that amygdala is going to make me kick into gear, right? And be ready to either run away or fight, right? But I'm glad that I have my frontal lobe of my cortex to keep my amygdala in check, right? Because if my frontal lobe wasn't there, my amygdala would always be wanting to fight people or run away, and I'd be getting into a lot of trouble. So, I like my amygdala, I like my frontal lobe of my cortex. What is your favorite part of the brain? And if you have a favorite body part outside of the nervous system, outside of the brain, let me know what that is too, and why. Keep it clean, kids. And as always, if you have any questions or concerns, please let me know. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the Zoom meeting tomorrow. Peace.